Anti-Afro Svengali is going to play a clip for you. This goes back to 2021. Yes, we're talking about TCTV and his lies. TurntUpTV, who cannot stand anybody addressing any other bullshit that he was doing in these YouTube streets. Well, that's too bad. He is a liar, and if I want to talk about it all day, every day, I'll do that. And I want to let you hear this clip, and I'm going to come back and give some commentary on it. So stay tuned, and I will return.
I found out today that a black woman indeed filed the false report on me, because it's one thing to make false claims against another black man on YouTube, but how do y'all feel about someone falsely, making claims on someone to the actual police? How do y'all feel about that? I don't want to be called a hypocrite. I don't bring things outside of YouTube into this sector. You know what I'm saying? Shakim, you're a witness to it. I came to this brother on his live stream and I said, brother, I don't think calling CPS on Lennon is a good thing to do. I did that, right, Shakim? Now, whatever Shakim wanted to do, that's his business, all right? But I just made him aware that I didn't agree with that. I'm a ride with you, Darrell, but we gotta call out all fuck shit at this point, bro. There's no way me as a black man, I said my stage name should not be on no paperwork for some false harassment, extortion allegations. That's bullshit. I just want to know, once all this is said and done, are we going to be doing live streams on canceling this person? I'm a father of 8. I'm a grandfather to 1. That's what we do in the black community? That's what we do out here?
Hi, Darrell. Darrell?
Hey, Catherine, what's up?
Hi, can you hear me? Okay, so here it is. I'll let everybody talk.
Yes, I can hear you.
You hear? I let everybody talk, and I would like to talk. First of all, the police has videos of this person. What about Miss Brown? And motherfuckers calling me bitches and hoes for months. Every month. At the beginning of the month, middle month, calling me bitches and hoes, calling me out my name, building up an environment of hate. And based off of what you see has been done to you, you already know what this environment of hate comes to. Next, my business is attacked. I'm getting offline messages, offline text messages, calling me bitches and hoes. All of this is going on, and everybody in this sector should know that he has had hours live calling me bitches and hoes. And you damn right. I'm going to think about my businesses before I think about anybody else's kids and family. If you care about your kids and family, you don't harass people online you don't know, and every time they tell you that they want you to stop harassing them, you sexually bully them by saying they want to fuck you. If you care about your kids and family, you don't harass people online you don't know, and every time they tell you that they want you to stop harassing them, you sexually bully them by saying they want to fuck you.
Yes, this is what TCTV does, and even far beyond that. Oh, that's a whole new video in and of itself. But the statements, as far as the descriptions of the behavior, absolutely are true. He can sit there and deny it all day, every day. Folks know what they heard. It doesn't matter to me ultimately if they admit it or not. We know what happened. Let me say this first. Carrie Ann has nothing to do with the situation. All Carrie Ann is doing as a fly buzzing around on the constant hunt to find the most convenient shit pile to land on. And the most recent, most convenient shit pile she found was TCTV. That's it. That's the long and short of Carrie Ann's involvement. Nothing she says is relevant with respect to this situation. As far as what occurred on Photon DNA's live stream earlier this morning, I have to make this clear. I don't take orders from bums. No bum is going to issue me any directive and have a snowball's chance in hell that I would ever consider listening to it. That's what TCTV is, a bum. I restate the question that I posed to the host last night. How many of those lies that came out of TCTV's mouth did you actually believe? Because you got a boatload of lies that was dropped on your live stream, Photon. This is a liar. Mind you, we're only talking about one child support case here. This is just one out of how many? The court has to tell you to take care of your children. If you look at this case, look at the life of the case as it comes up on the screen. You can go back, you can stop. The court had to tell him multiple occasions, you're not doing what we ordered you to do. That is called contempt of court. Multiple filings, contempt of court that TCTV encountered, and I'm reiterating, it is just this case up here on the screen with the 80 entries. All the unemployment situations going on here. What the hell is going on? And the nerve, the freaking nerve to sit here and talk about other brothers who are taking care of their families, who always have. He's questioning Gerald all the time about what kind of a family man he is. You talk shit about Smoke. You know what Smoke did? Smoke brought his court papers right up here in these YouTube streets and went over his own court paperwork. Where's TCTV and his court paperwork? Yeah, that was the answer Smoke gave you. And he was going off and trashing Lennon Honor, calling Lennon Honor a bum. Lennon Honor's always worked to take care of his family. If Lennon Honor was clever enough to run 2 campaigns that got $10,000 plus each, you're going to rag on that? Who's ragging on that? At least he used options. And as far as the GoFundMe investigated the fraudulent claims and Lennon Honor was cleared. He provided the documentation, which he should not have had to produce here in these YouTube streets. Who the hell is going to come up here and produce their child's medical records or letters from physicians here on YouTube? Either you wanted to donate or you didn't. Relocation funds, so what? Subjects all over YouTube ask for contributions for their channels, or welcome contributions, or are grateful because they've received contributions. You're just jealous because you weren't smart enough to run a campaign and get money. You stole money. That's your history. You stole money. You're ragging on Kip's son? Oh, that's a whole other video. He's doing better than you have? Okay, you both have felonies. He's doing better than you. And you come up mislabeling him. It's a mislabel to call him a pedophile. It's not a mislabel to call you a bum. He professes to know about the system. He's extremely ignorant when it comes to the system. Because a label like that would have somebody on the registry. A label like that involves an entire process of evaluating someone. And they do that as part of the processing. So the criteria is not even met. He claims to know everything about how prisoners and prisons work and how people are put in different prisons. And he's up here labeling somebody. The label doesn't match. There's no support for it. But the label matches with you and there's plenty of support for it. He's outdoing you. TCTV talks about, oh, YouTube and the views and the money and the production. See, that's not my interest in YouTube. That's not my angle. That's TCTV's angle with YouTube. So Kip's son is kicking your ass. How many videos of yours have reached the millions, the several millions? How many times have you made 20 G's on a video on YouTube? He's done it multiple times. Doing much better than you and not in no child support court. Get the hell out of here trying to act like you better than somebody. No, you feel less than. That's why you're coming up here with all this bullshit that you're so much better. The young fella's kicking your ass on and off YouTube. Go ahead and keep hanging around that fly that landed on you as a piece of shit. She's going to turn around and accuse you. Yeah, it won't be long. We should run a contest. How long before Carrie Ann falsely accuses TCTV as a black man for criminal offenses and other bullshit? It will not be long. So, you want to talk about somebody, whether or not they're a good father or not? He takes care of his child. He's not up in the child support court. You've been up in child support court for every single one of these children who you were 50% responsible for bringing into this world. And the nerve to run around here and talk about everybody else and their status as a parent and as a father. I mean, can you, oh God, I'm just, listen to this dude. Listen to this dude. Look at the life of this case. Look at the entries very carefully, and you tell me this isn't a deadbeat. You have to be told. And remember, this is only one of every single case of children he was 50% responsible for bringing into the world. And he's got to be told. He's got to be ordered. He has to be threatened. He's got to be held in contempt of court before he complies with doing what he should do without anybody even asking. You should not need a court to tell you to take care of your damn kids and then get up here and lie about it. I'm a good father. Oh my, okay. All right. Yes. While he's up here borrowing money from Dempsey, money that in all likelihood Dempsey stole, so that makes TCTV a conspirator, a co-conspirator, I should say, or an accessory after the fact. Oh, more charges for receiving stolen property and stolen goods, which is what TCTV has on his record, running around here talking shit about people. On what grounds? On what grounds? He has no grounds. He runs around here and thinks he can tell me what I'm going to say. I don't take orders from bums. I'll say it once. I'll say it as often as I need to say it. I don't have to answer any of his stupid ass questions. He's up here asking everybody about their personal business. Why? Because he's afraid shit about him is going to come out. And, oh, let me get this off the table. He constantly says, you ain't got no man. You ain't got no kids. I know what he's really after. He's after details. He's after details about dudes. That's where he's going to lead. That's where he's really interested in, and tries to hide behind everybody else and call everybody else gay and lesbian. He's trying to find out information. Then he's going to say, okay, show pictures. Yeah, we know about that. He wants the age. He wants to get the body type. He wants to know how much they weigh. Trust and believe. That's the road he wants to go down. Nothing TCTV says to me or about me is going to cause me to do anything other than what I plan to do. If TCTV thinks he can come up and call me out of my name, well, I'm going to talk about his mama. I sure will. I don't give a damn what anybody says. At least I'll be telling the truth. As for you, Photon, I've stated it once, I'll state it again. It is your platform. If somebody doesn't want to be up there with somebody, then get down. If the host would like the person to stay up there and ask them questions, the host has a decision to make. I am going to drop down. I am not going to interact with this freak. But I'll tell you one damn thing. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm going to say, especially TCTV. He doesn't even take care of his kids. He's a bum ass. You don't lie on me. And he's lying on other people's family members. He gets off on it. Why? Because you feel like shit about yourself, that you got to come up here and lie on folks. I'm telling the truth about your bum ass. The court had to tell you what to do with your children. It's up here on the screen. You see it flashing? How the hell is a court coming in and have to tell you what to do with your kids? And I reemphasize this point over and over. There are plenty of men and women. It's not just men. So let's get rid of that ridiculous notion that it's just brothers that have child support issues. Men and women. And they handle their business by getting ahead of the game. They don't wait until the court has to come up on them and tell them you did not follow the court orders. To the point, we're going to have to put on you contempt of court charges. You are non-compliant if you have to be told to take care of your children to the point you get held in contempt. They don't hold you in contempt because you didn't do something one time. They hold you in contempt because it's a repetitive pattern. You are repetitive. with your bum ass ways. That is a fact. No name that you can come up and call me is going to change that. And where did you get your bum ass ways from? Where did you inherit that from? Or you decided to go ahead and replicate what you saw, or what? How does one become a bum? TCTV can tell you, always on the take, always on the make, thinking he's slick, thinking he can get over. Who was up there telling the host what to do last night? It was Carrie Ann and it was TCTV. You better be careful, here to. Who are you? He spends time in gambling halls. Someone who spends time in gambling halls is going to come up on the YouTube streets and try to lecture somebody. In addition to that, he's up here taking money that in all likelihood was stolen. He took money from Dempsey. He don't know where the hell that money came from, all that thievery Dempsey was involved with. For all we know, he could have been involved as a co-conspirator or an accessory after the fact. He took that money when Dempsey was going around stealing money. You don't know where that money came from, I repeat. Also wanted to point out, I got these clips where TCTV has been running around on all these platforms talking all kinds of shit about me. Now we have the past, which is still relevant. I made reference to that. But now we have the current, present day. He's not going to get up on any panel and talk shit about me and think I'm not going to say anything if I so choose to. Who the hell is TCTV? A bum who won't take care of his kids, but is running around here trying to issue grown folks directives when he has to have a court up in his ass. You got a court up in your ass telling you what you need to do. TCTV is the one who has a court up in his ass telling him when and how and where to pay child support, to the point where they don't trust him to pay child support. They got to garnish unemployment. He goes and gets these jobs that he knows that are temporary. He's only looking for temporary positions. He's not looking for anything permanent. He knows if he goes and gets a temp job and the job ends, he gets to call for unemployment. That's a bum ass. This is not someone who's going to run out there and try to land a permanent job. To think he could open up his mouth and say anything about me. I'll say whatever I want. I don't take orders, again, from any bum. Never have and never will. I mean, you would think somebody who has such thin skin, who can't handle even 1/3 of what is dished out, would somehow, some way learn to keep his damn mouth shut? Well, that's not my problem. I control what comes out of this mouth and where I say it. Just like he's running around to these panels talking mad shit. Well, guess what? I can talk shit about you too, but at least I'm going to tell the truth. Nobody needs to be schooled on anything. You're a bum and you have to be told multiple times to pay for your children across multiple child support cases. You're in no position to order anyone around. You don't control even your own life and your own destiny, because the judge can lock your ass up for not paying child support. You're at the whim of the court. You don't tell me what the hell to do or what to say. I'll say whatever the hell I want. I have multiple avenues by which to get whatever I want out. And TCTV is in no position to stop me. Like I said, take me to court. Sue me. If I'm slandering his name, sue me. Take me to court, and I will make sure every single one of those live streams is brought up and shown in court for the judge. Nobody's running me off anywhere. If I want to be somewhere, it's going to be up to the person running the gig whether or not I'm going to be there or not. It's my choice whether or not I want to go there or not. It's not up to TCTV. He can continue to stay stationary so Carrie Ann can land on the latest pile of shit that she has found. They are a perfect match. Folks, I got more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.